Welcome back to this evening's WSL action from Meadow Park, where Arsenal are entertaining West Ham in a London derby. You can tell by the Arsenal players coming out for the second half. Even they're feeling the chill out here. The wind and the rain has been pretty relentless during the course of this game. And it's Arsenal that leads in this derby by 1-0. Vivianne Miedema with her 18th of the season. That sees her go level at the top of the WSL goal-scoring standings with Chelsea's Sam Kerr. But probably more importantly, or definitely more importantly for her team, it means they are now, as things stand, 3 points ahead of fourth-placed Manchester United. When all's said and done at the end of this game, they've all played the same number of games as each other, and with 2 games to go and a vastly superior goal difference, Arsenal's Champions League qualification will be very much in their own hands. West Ham do have reason to go for it in the second half themselves, though. West Ham still not mathematically safe from relegation, far from it. 2 points above, bottom of the table, Bristol City. And with Manchester City to come on the final day, they will be looking over their shoulders if they don't get anything from this game. Arsenal kicking then from right to left in this second period. We're underway, and immediately they're forward on the attack with Miedema. Miedema works the ball out to the far side, and Katie McCabe. McCabe, the left-footed ball in. It's cleared away from danger. Scored an amazing free kick against Tottenham earlier this season. Scored a goal of the season contender against Aston Villa as well. Katie McCabe back in February. Arsenal have had most of the possession in this game. Best of the opportunities up until half-time, though, when West Ham carved open a decent chance, but they missed a header right on the stroke of half-time, which could have completely changed the complexion of this game, as Lotta Wubben-Moy works it back out to McCabe. So comfortable on the ball, Arsenal's players, as they bring the ball out of their own half now with Miedema, who's been everywhere in this game. It's a weaving run from Miedema as well. Here's McCabe. Threads it through, lovely ball, no flag. The whistle eventually went, though, as Caitlin Ford put the ball into the back of the net, and that's the second goal they've had ruled out for offside this evening. Australian international Caitlin Ford featured in a series about Aussies abroad while she was playing in Norway a few years ago. She certainly made a household name of herself on the football pitch for Arsenal as well. 10 goals in 17 games this season. Well played by Pacheco to work the ball back. It's played through, looking for the run of Longhurst. West Ham come again. The back pass gets them into trouble, and Sissoko has work to do to get there first. She does so. Back to Arnold. Arnold's got themselves into a real issue at the back there. West Ham with that back pass, and that's what we're going to be seeing with the ball kind of sitting up on this surface as this rain comes down. After this, Arsenal away to Everton on Sunday before they finish the Women's Super League season at home to Aston Villa on the 9th of May. A week later for West Ham, they continue their season against Villa themselves this coming weekend before facing Manchester City in the first of back-to-back matches against Manchester City. They face them in the FA Cup as well later on in May. It's Maritz who stands over this throw-in. Cushioned header from Van Egmond. Wubben-Moy plays it through for Miedema. Miedema works the ball into the channel for Jordan Knotts. Nobbs waited for the overlap and she gets it from McCabe. McCabe can't beat the first defender with her cross though. Going out for an Arsenal throw-in. Flaherty, the West Ham captain, by the way, is up to 4th in the all-time WSL scorers list this evening. Her 148th appearance in the league. Williamson. Mead is forced back. All the way back to Lydia Williams in goal. There's that first-time ball to Valti. It's touched on into the channel. Meads bring that one under control that time. Nice footwork. Worked out from the back. Kravame. A strong challenge comes in there, and I think we may well see the first booking of the evening. It is a yellow card for Caitlin Ford. Flaherty was sent off in the fixture against Arsenal back in September, and it was the West Ham captain who was on the end of that challenge from Caitlin Ford. The conversations between the Arsenal players and the referee. Pitch side, Emily Heaslip in charge of proceedings this evening. Great news as well, by the way, this week to hear that from next season, referees in the WSL and the Women's Championship will be given all the same resources and support from the PGMOL as the men's officials in the game too. Flaherty comes across to take this throw. 4 years with Chelsea. Still only 29 years of age. And a real inspirational figure in the women's game. She's spoken candidly about her struggles with mental health when she was younger. So her throw is flicked on. Helped back by Daly. Sissoko stands strong, not only wins the header but also wins the ball as well. It's a wayward pass though from Vetterlein. They get away with it. Pacheco plays it down the line, and now Longhurst on the ball. This is better from West Ham. Emily Van Egmond for glory, and that ends up in the stand behind the goal. Miedema. Victory tonight would make it 8 wins in a row for Arsenal, 7 in the Women's Super League and the FA Cup as well. How many times is the call from Ollie Harder? West Ham probably, and he said it himself, so this isn't disparaging, but they do have one of the smallest squads in the league this season, and they're certainly feeling that at this late stage of the campaign with 3-4 players who you would have expected to, if fit, be in the starting lineup. International players as well, like Adriana Leon, Lois Joel, Katerina Svikova, and Kiernan. As the shot comes in from Miedema straight at the keeper. As he threw herself at that one as well. Kenzie Arnold Multiple winner of the Australian W League Goalkeeper of the Year award. Big boot downfield from her as well. West Ham throw. Certainly, since Ollie Harder was introduced to the club, he's tried to implement more emphasis on high press, covering ground in the opposition half. Starting to see a bit of evidence of that in the second half, but by doing so, they may have left themselves exposed on occasion at the back. Miedemar couldn't find Mees on this occasion. Varney. Great ball through from her for Longhurst. Step over from Longhurst to make space for the cross, and she gets the ball in as well. Unfortunate for Kate Longhurst to have to be patient this evening, really. Hasn't had too many openings. Ruben Moy. He returned. Ruben Moy from a spell in America. We see the first change of the evening, and it's no surprise to see this change either. Not so much the fact that Laura Vetterlein is going off, but Martha Thomas comes on. And the Scotland international who scored her first goal in the WSL for West Ham against Arsenal here back in 2019, comes on early in the second half to try and maybe offer a little bit more of that support we've been mentioning for Kate Longhurst in attack. Williamson organises before taking this free kick. I think that she wanted to go backwards. It seemed like she wanted to play the free kick forward, but she didn't get the movement required. Little. Mead stumbles, but somehow Arsenal do come away with the ball. Not now, though. West Ham play the ball in, but Ruben Moy tries to anticipate it, and it might break for West Ham here. Williams comes out, though, and gathers on the edge of her penalty area. Miedemar. She's going the wrong way here. Miedemar showing there's more to her game than goal scoring, and she tries to help out defensively. And the ball is threaded through, and it almost broke inside the penalty area for Thomas there. Williams in two minds. Eventually she goes long. Ford. Little. Really good ball for Mead. The run was made into the penalty area from Ford. Mead, though, around Hawa Sissoko. For me, alongside Grace Fisk at the back, have been the two real star performers for West Ham this evening. They've offered very little opportunity for Arsenal's plethora of attacking players. They did take a superb strike from Vivianne Miedemar to separate the two sides. Kick is played in. Over the top of everybody. And out for a throw-in. It's become a little bit disjointed, this game. In the second half, the free-flowing football that Arsenal have been playing not so evident. Nobbs. Cade hits the first defender, out for a throw-in again. Back to McCabe. Nobbs. Well worked down that side, and it's Mead. Good save from the goalkeeper. It spills away from Arnold for a moment. The referee spotted a foul as Beth Mead challenged for the ball there. Arnold plays it out from the back. Van Egmond sold it short. Varmey. Good covering from Cecilia Varmey. Can't judge the ball there. Only Van Egmond wins a free kick for West Ham on the halfway line. Get themselves back into this game. Their last away game ended in a 5-0 victory against Reading. They were 5 up at half-time. Here's Sissoko. Sissoko's passing with players committed forward. Arsenal could pick them off here. Nobbs plays the ball for Mead. Mead forced a little wide, and it's the wrong side for her. Fisk showed great strength and determination to win the ball. Now it's Pacheco. Van Egmond lays it off to Sissoko. She goes long. Cheeky appeal for handball from the West Ham bench. Back to Lydia Williams in the Arsenal goal. I have to go back to December 2018 for the last time that West Ham won back-to-back away league matches. Harder sends Sissoko back as she fell trying to play that ball through. Really well read there by Varmey. Definitely playing with more attacking intent now, West Ham. Varmey crosses, headed away at the near post, but she'll get it back again, and it's a first-time ball back in. Williams collided with her post, and she saved that one. But in the end, made it look pretty comfortable. Interesting duel between Lydia Williams and Manuela Zinsberger for that goalkeeping jersey for Arsenal. Ford. Little helps it on to Maritz. He plays it through a little again. Bouty. Wilson plays it through, and Arsenal committing fewer players forward now. Arme gets it to Arnold, and Arnold gets good distance on her kicking. Puts it out of touch this time, though, for a throw-in. Nobbs. McCabe plays the ball back in field. It's overrun by Ford. Oh, and Flaherty's forced into the error, and Ford is through. Flaherty, though, using all of her experience to get back there and recover. The other end, Martha Thomas gives chase. Mia Williamson under pressure, deals with it superbly. The ball played off of the West Ham striker, and it goes out for a goal kick. West Ham, though, switching on to these short goal kicks and locking on as soon as the ball is played out. Sissoko plays it down the line. Thomas, who scored a hat-trick in that victory against Reading. West Ham were 3 up after 11 minutes. Kavame. Kavame again. She's penalised for conceding a free kick there. West Ham number 2, Cecile Kavame. The aggressive player who's had a really successful career in Scandinavia. Part of the Norway squad, actually, that were eliminated by England in the quarter-final stage of the World Cup in 2019. Ford, Little's ball. Miedema with space. Lovely ball played through from Miedema. Mead, unselfish. It was the right idea, but it doesn't result in a goal. Tried to square the ball to Ford. West Ham survive, and they come forward at the other end on the attack now. It's Pacheco. Rides the challenge and stays on her feet. And then works a really good ball over to the far side. And Cecile Kavame, at the crucial moment, couldn't bring it under control. Really good opportunity at the other end for Arsenal, that was, though. Into the final quarter of this game. It's still just a single goal separating the two sides. Flaherty back to Arnold, who first time, he's a really high ball, looking for Longhurst. Flaherty. Kavame looks for the give and go. It's played in field instead. Longhurst's pass. And Sissoko could be in a bit of trouble. Mead. Pacheco helping out. It's out for a throw-in. No real movement on the Arsenal bench yet. Thought we might see a change. The likes of Daniela van der Donk, who's been in such fine form recently. Jill Roord, who been such fine form against West Ham. Little. Here's the ball to McCabe. McCabe gets it back from Jordan Nobbs. Nobbs now helps it through to McCabe. McCabe into the penalty area. Tried to lay the ball back. Little couldn't get there. Ball is played down the line. Williamson thought about letting that one go out of play, I think. Kept it in, plays it to a keeper, and they build again. Wubin Moy. Ball downfield. Sissoko readjusted her body to win that header. Now the flag has stayed down and Arsenal are through. Arnold, though, stood her ground to make the save. And on the stretch, Caitlin Ford couldn't take advantage. Surprised there was no flag. And that was a really good opportunity, one-on-one. And to that end, a good save as well from Arnold, because she made it look easy. But she came out and narrowed the angle quickly. Meet 'em up. They go behind for an Arsenal corner and allows the likes of Wooben Moy and Williamson to get forward. Williamson right up there alongside the Chelsea captain Magdalena Eriksson for the number of passes and runs with the ball from the back. Progressive yards, as the experts, unlike me, call it. Little. Another corner. Pacheco is such a good one-on-one defender. The rain is finally starting to relent as the corner is punched away at the near post by Arnold. Meanwhile, there has been late drama in the Second City derby. Birmingham City have equalised in the 94th minute. Beatrice Sari with the goal as the cross is played in, and it just needed a touch from Mead as Ford delivered. It goes wide of the post. I think we're going to see a substitution now for Arsenal. And it's Jordan Nobbs who comes off, and it's Jill Rord, the player who replaces her. Scored 2 consecutive hat-tricks in the opening 2 matches of the season. Reading and West Ham were the victims. WSL Player of the Month for September. No surprise there. Her form this season has been put down to the work that she put in during the first COVID break. Joe Montemuro said that perfect example of professionalism. Williamson volleys the clearance downfield. Flaherty slices hers in return, but then wins the header to play it into the Arsenal half. Flaherty plays it down the line. West Ham will be really heartened by that scoreline in the Birmingham Aston Villa game, because what that means in terms of the table is Aston Villa stay a point behind them, having played, well, after this game, the same number of matches, which means 2 teams are below them in the table. And even though Birmingham will go 1 point ahead of them, I'd say that's not a bad situation to be in, as the shot from Mead is closed down. They could see their season out against Aston Villa. What a critical game that is at the weekend. But of course, if they can get a bonus point or 3 here, the weekend match will be academic anyway. You've got to come from behind to do so, though, as that ball down the line goes out of play. WSL will join a 4-day boycott to social media to try and combat abusive and discriminatory behaviour, alongside the Premier League and EFL, the FA and the charity Kick It Out from the 30th of April. Caitlin Ford Ball is drilled across but cleared away. Ford down the line for McCabe. Niedermar battles with Van Egmond. And here's Dottier, clears it away. Header from Valti. Pushing ball played over the top for Longhurst. It's Martha Thomas who latches onto that one. Takes on Wooben Moy. Wooben Moy. And the final touch from the Arsenal player. It's behind for a West Ham corner. If you're, of course, unable to follow the WSL via the usual social media platforms over the weekend, then, of course, every game you can see live on the FA Player for free, which I'm sure you all know if you're watching this right now. Here comes the corner. And the header causes confusion in the box. Wasn't the best of clearances either. Arme crosses back in. Now Niedermar comes forward with players committed, and look at this, suddenly 4-on-2 for Arsenal, and Niedermar gets around the challenge of Kavame. They're getting players back now as Niedermar crosses in. Brynjar's Dottier there to save the day and clear. Williamson. Rord, the substitute, works it out to the right-hand side, but back into defence, and Wooben Moy. Hard is urging his players on the touchline there. Sissoko's header stifles yet another Arsenal attack. Ball angled over the top this time for West Ham. As Dottier battles to win the ball in midfield and plays the ball back to Emily Van Egmond. 13th club of Van Egmond's career, West Ham. Rame hangs the cross over the crossbar though, and that attack breaks down, which is a pity. This is a vastly superior performance from West Ham compared to the meeting between these two clubs at the beginning of the season. Night and day, really. Only if they looked pretty solid defensively against Arsenal, but they're starting to ask a few questions in the final third. It's just that final delivery, and maybe a belief in committing players forward, which is letting them down at the moment. Katie McCabe plays the ball into the scorer of the only goal that separates these so far, Vivian Niedermar. What a ball over the top from her for McCabe. Ford. Beth Mead can't get there, but Little does. It's Kim Little! The Arsenal captain delivers, and they double their advantage. It's the captain, Kim Little, with the goal. And West Ham United are sinking to their first defeat in 5 in all competitions now. And could Arsenal be moving a big step closer to Champions League qualification? It's Kim Little with the goal. Scotland internationals, 4th of the season. Niedermar. Ford and Niedermar now down the left-hand side. Ford bursts into the box. It's a throw-in for Arsenal instead. Katie McCabe, who's come across for this one. McCabe's throw, easily headed away. Thomas with the header though. Brynjar's Dottier can't get there. Ford. Jill Rord. Ford on the ball this time. Hangs the cross in. Arnold called for it and bowls the ball out quickly. Well read in the 50-50 by Pacheco. A bit of afters with the challenge there though. Free allows play to go on, and it's picked up in defence by Williamson. He plays it off of the West Ham player for a throw-in, and another change is coming, and it's a change for both teams. First one for West Ham, and it's another important moment in their development of their youngsters as Anouk Denton comes on to make her WSL bow. She's been on the bench once before, the 17-year-old. Cecilia Kavame is the player who goes off. And Danielle van der Donk is the player who's come on for Arsenal. Not a bad substitution, that one. Van der Donk's played a number of roles in midfield in recent weeks, rotated with Jill Rord at number 10 against Brighton, played a really big role in both goals actually from the right flank. Miedema trying to force the error from the goalkeeper. Sissoko will play it back to Arnold. Arsenal not only on course for an 8th straight win in all competitions, but also an 8th straight victory in this particular fixture against West Ham United as well. Ford. Downfield looking for Miedema. Miedema just cushions the header into the path of Ford. Valti and Williamson. Goal difference is already pretty much easily done and dusted for Arsenal if they were to finish level on points with Manchester United. So there's no massive urgency and pressure for them to go and get a third. Of course, if West Ham score from this, that would change things completely. And it's a ball played in field, but couldn't control it, Daly there. McCabe. Daly gets tangled under the feet though from Martha Thomas. Wonderful skill from Beth Mead. It is though a West Ham throw. Molly Harder, the West Ham head coach, started coaching at the age of 20. Already had success in Norway, where he was the coach of the year for 2 years running. Fluent in English, Norwegian and German. interesting character who, well, it did raise a few eyebrows when West Ham made their managerial change literally just before Christmas. Williams plays the ball out from the back. Cade's pass, played down the line looking for Miedema. Well read though by the youngster Denton. Here's Luke Denton on the ball again. Good positive run from her. Left-footed ball in as well, flicked on and palmed away by Williams. Really good save from the Arsenal keeper. And it's a crucial save to keep distance between themselves and West Ham too, as the header was flicked on. Double change coming up then for Arsenal. And it's Anna Patton who's going to come on. A player who has really increased competition for places defensively since her arrival back at the club from a spell in America. And eventually, Beth Mead makes her way over for the other change, and it was Danielle van der Donk who comes on. Maybe a bit premature in telling you that she had come on a couple of minutes ago, but she is on the pitch now. What an important save that was from Lydia Williams, though. And it preserves this quite incredible record that Arsenal have now of, if they can see this game out, going 8 games without conceding a goal. What contribution it was too from the substitute and Luke Denton to set up the opportunity, which I think was flicked on by Martha Thomas. Sissoko. Been a foul there, but the referee plays advantage. Caitlin Ford takes on Flaherty, cushions the pass for Miedema. Miedema lays it back for McCabe. Williamson. Pass, and it's Rord. Patton comes forward. That would be the icing on the cake if she could get her first WSL goal. The ball is played through, and it could be a third goal here. But Jill Rord, they only get Studs' connection on the ball. Fisk. Sissoko. The pass is picked up by Little, scorer of Arsenal's second. Sissoko nicks the ball away from Little. Oh, bizarre moment there, no flag. Oh, Rord deliberately didn't go for the ball because she knew she'd be offside there. The flag didn't come up, and then when she went for it, well, she was offside. For those watching on your laptops at home, do not adjust your sets. There's been a bit of a struggle with the elements this evening, even though the rain has relented somewhat now. The April showers certainly haven't dampened Arsenal's spirits. They are on the brink now of a victory that would take them to within touching distance of Champions League qualification. English clubs have really made progress in Europe in the women's game this season as well. As we await this throw-in to be taken by Maz Pacheco. Launches it to. Comes straight back at them. Miedema. 3 players around her and she continues her run, Vivianne Miedema. Miedema looks up now, assesses her options in the box, gets the cross in, headed to the edge of the area. McCabe. Miedema looks absolutely shattered after that run from her own half. Williams. Little works the ball out to the left-hand side. Van der Donk plays the ball in field. 3 minutes added on. Valti's pass. Valti on the ball, plays it to Van der Donk. Van der Donk went to play it through for Anna Patton. Stays in play, and Patton plays it for Miedema. Miedema for her second of the evening. Well blocked though by Grace Fisk, and it's behind for an Arsenal corner. West Ham's winless run in London derbies will stretch to 15 matches. Thankfully for them, their final 2 games of the regular season are against teams in the Midlands in the form of Aston Villa and then Manchester City on the final day. Corner is chipped in, flicked on by Williamson. It goes behind for a goal kick. Really is the modern day centre-half, Leah Williamson. Has been used in central midfield, experimentally with the Lionesses during training and inter-squad games, etc. You can see why, given her ability on the ball. Little, such good reading of the game. Forward by McCabe, who plays the ball down the line. Ford, reluctant to chase and get caught offside. Arnold eventually delivers the ball downfield. It's flicked on for Martha Thomas to chase. Williamson plays it off of Thomas. And that was a stinger. And it does do is give Arsenal a goal kick as they see this one out. Have to go back to early February now for the last time that Arsenal suffered defeat against Chelsea. They'd lost 2 in a row then as well. They were beaten 3 days earlier by Manchester City. What a run of form it has been since then. Sissoko's header. Sissoko continues to pick up the pieces and then puts it out of play. And with that is the full-time whistle. It's a professional job, solid, albeit not spectacular from Arsenal, but the smiles say it all. Captain Kim Little's late goal, sealing a 2-0 victory against West Ham United. Vivianne Miedema's 18th of the season, setting them on their way in the first half. West Ham will certainly take heart from what was a far better performance than the one they produced when these sides met previously. Nevertheless, defeat means they still have a bit of work to do to secure their Women's Super League status next season. It's advantage Arsenal in the chase for that final Champions League qualification spot with 2 games of the season remaining. It's finished here, Arsenal 2, West Ham United 0.